How to write a press release that actually works. First off, I want to make one thing clear. Using a press release is sort of a dusty old way of doing PR. There are far more effective ways to get exposure, such as direct outreach, content marketing, guest posting, infographics, etc. However, it is sort of a necessary PR evil, and there are still many reasons to use a press release for your next campaign. If you do feel compelled to use a press release, I'm going to share a simple formula that has helped me get clients into a bunch of top-tier publications such as Tech, Crunch, Business, Insider, Venture, Beat, and many others. Before we dive in, I want to outline some of the biggest and most common mistakes that I see in most press releases. No focus or clear story proposal. I have read way too many press releases that talk about 100 different things without any clear statement about what is being released. Product and company announcements. I understand that businesses want to get attention on their new product or service offering. But this rarely constitutes an actual story that journalists will respond to. Typos. Errors. Way too long. This explains itself. Let's get to the good stuff. How to format your press release. Top header logo, make it look pro. And contact information. Headline. This should be one line only. And should summarize everything you are trying to share in one captivating sentence. If you can't tell your story in one line and get people excited about it, then you need to tell a better story. Headline. Provide some extra details that give superpowers to your headline. This is the opportunity to brag a little or give some hard data to back up your headline. Paragraph 1. This is the end-all and be-all of your press release. It should summarize your entire story briefly. And tell the journalist exactly what the story is. Anyone that reads your press release should have a solid understanding of your pitch based on the headline and first paragraph. Paragraph 2. This is your opportunity to demonstrate some social proof and affirm the hype around what you are doing. You might use a quote, just one. From the CEO, customers, partners, advisors, etc. Or share something in detail that validates the story to others. Show why anyone should care about your press release here. Paragraph 3. This is your chance to provide context to the story you are sharing and provide a little background or detail. Don't go overboard or add too much fluff. Instead, stick to the facts and numbers. I suggest using bullet points here to keep you on track and break up the wall of text that press releases too often become. Bottom header or boilerplate. Add a short paragraph at the bottom of the press release that gives detail on what and who your company is. Short and sweet will do it, but make sure to highlight any notable achievements here. If you follow this template, I guarantee your press release will be better than most of the ones that I have seen come in from clients and even those from big PR agencies. A couple last things to keep in mind. Success from a press release is based on the story you are sharing. Make sure you are taking the best possible angle and not just providing a company summary. Stay on one page and aim for 400 words maximum. Stay on topic. Your press release should cover one story in detail. Remember that with PR, you should be taking multiple approaches at once. Even the best press release will have no impact if you don't apply it in the right way. There are many ways to actually distribute a press release, so if anyone wants advice on that, please ask. Also, feel free to DM and I can share a template document that you can use to create a press release. Hope this helps. I read this with my fingers crossed. I've owned a PR firm for 22 years and I'm happy and relieved to give a thumbs up to this post. Nice job. Elijah 100. I'd note that when sending a press release via email, you don't just blast it out. Each email needs to be a rifle shot, not a bomb. Do not BCC or God forbid CC a bunch of journalists at once. The email subject header you write might be the most important 3 to 10 words in the whole process. Make them dynamic. Make it so the writer wants to open the email. Then lead with a very brief, compelling summary of what is in the press release. The release is the meat. The email text is the sizzle. The subject header is the bait. Also, make sure you hotlink your company and or direct link any supporting assets like photos or video. In short, make it easy for the journalist. And DM Elijah MK if you need more tips. The email subject header you write might be the most important 3 to 10 words in the whole process. Make them dynamic. Any suggestions here? A variation on the headline? What kind LF things is a journalist likely to open? There isn't a hard answer to this really. You will probably need to play around with a few variations and test them against each other. Every subject line should be crafted based on the pitch. Some basics. Shorter is usually better. Your goal is not to trick the writer into opening the email. It's to whet their appetite for the contents. Try summarizing your pitch in one sentence, then cut it in half, That's a good starting point for a subject line. Keep it personal and on topic. What are you trying to pitch? Feel free to shoot me a DM and we can chat ideas. I just launched and I could probably write a compelling PR piece, but what do you do with the document after you write it? Awesome question. A press release is good for a few things. A. You could send it out through a press release distribution site like PR Newswire and the likes. I wouldn't expect a lot of impact from it, and it's unlikely that an article about would come out of it. Perhaps, but not something you can count on. Likely it will be reposted as is, but this can help get you some backlinks to push up your site's ranking. B. You could identify and qualify specific journalists to send it to. This will probably produce better results for you. However, try to select journalists based on their previous work and beat. In addition, try not to use a stiff template or just blast every journalist you can find. Spend the time to make a Greer media list and you will get better results. C. You can use it as a supporting resource. This would probably produce the best results. Instead of relying on it completely, use it to follow up with people who have responded, expressed interest, and want more information. If you lead with a personalized email and focus on building relationships first, you will get more response and better reaction to the press release because you already have a connection. Feel free to shoot me a DM, happy to chat in detail and specifically about. Excellent post. I work in the reputation management space, and this is gold to me. Thank you very much for this. I'm glad it was useful. If you'd like to chat ideas anytime, shoot me a quick DM. How do you determine what is worthy of a press release? This is probably the hardest part of PR. What makes a good story? The reality is that there is no secret formula for this, and it usually takes some testing of different angles to find out what resonates best. Many businesses have a hard time coming up with a pitch because they are usually too focused on their business and trying to sell to prospective customers. This is usually a bad way to come up with a story. Instead, try to think about the bigger picture. How does this impact your industry overall? Does it provide new insight? Does it have impact on a wide audience? Is it relevant and timely? Why should anyone care? Whatever you do, avoid a sales pitch for your biz. Feel free to DM me and we can chat some ideas if you like. This is so true. So many businesses only focus on the call to action in an article or on their social. But telling a story and getting readers intrigued is way more important. If they like your story, they'll want to know more about you. This blog post is a great example of how you can do that. Comment for later.